So last time we were at the Skewered Dragon, and there was a bar fight that was, we found out later, instigated. It was between Treyarn and, well, okay, so Treyarn and Yagra Stonefist decided that they were going to set up these Xanathar's Guild thugs into, they're going to bait them into attacking Yara. And then if they do, then because Yara's not, technically with the watch, that's not entrapment. It's totally cool. Basically proven that they're part of the violence between the two groups of underground criminals. So we get in the middle of that bar fight, end it. All right, and then they had already been taken off. But Krentz, their leader, had been taken off along with everybody else. There were four thugs. All of them knocked out, which was nice. And then Treyarn here took us in the back, over here on the side, and decided to tell us that, basically tell us all of that. And then a hippopotamus came in, and we put it to sleep, Tesh specifically, and Volo's like, oh, I fell in the pit, and the hippopotamus ran away. And yeah, my friend's missing. Can you help me find my friends? And so we're looking for Floon, Blagmar, and Raynar Neverember. Go me for saying that without messing up. Two gentlemen who look alike and act alike and have similar upbringings. They're both rich, playboy, irresponsible types. And we're looking for them. Basically, they were out drinking, and Floon and Raynar were never seen again, according to Volo. So, kind of, kind of along the assumption that there might be something going on with the Zhentarim and the Xanathar's Guild. We'll talk about that more in a second, possibly. But after the hippopotamus, we decided to go look for Floon and Raynar. Came upon a crime scene where the two groups, Xanathar and Zhentarim, took each other out. 5 or 6 bodies or so. We recognized a few as members. And then we continued on to old Bob Xoblob's Blahblah shop. And we talked with him for a bit. He's a bit of an eccentric. Bought a purple trinket. It was a coin, if I recall. And then decided and figured out that he was part of the Xanathar's Guild. Kind of obvious with all of his beholder themed stuff around. As we decide that he can't really help us with what we're doing, we go outside and see that there is a kenku who is watching us, and we decide to follow that kenku. Sounds like a game show. Follow that kenku. So, is there anything else you guys want to do, talk about, correct, or etc. before we get started with today's session and meeting our new player?
No, I'm good.
No, I think I'm good.
I'm all good, yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we are in Waterdeep. It is 10 p.m. on the 7th of Kythorn, 1513. Kythorn is just June. Nothing fancy. But it's the 7th of June. It is a Tuesday night, and it is roughly 10 p.m. to midnight. And we are in this part of town. Just left old Xoblob shop, and over there on Snail Street, we saw the kenku. We had decided to follow him. Is there anything special we'd like to do other than just trail him?
We'll just follow Soren's lead. Seeing that, I kind of probably know. I think Soren said you or mentioned that he saw Kenku earlier. So
Yeah, kenkus are tied into this whole thing, and the last one got away from me. So, I'm gonna go with what I was feeling at the end of the last session, which was once I noticed him and him noticing me, and we kind of have that like moment of like, oh, I bolted for him. I'm not really thinking too straight. I just want to catch up to him and try and tackle him. That's my goal.
Rin will follow. I'll probably not as fast as Soren, thematically, but he'll keep up as best he can.
Yeah, we're like when you say we're chasing, right? Regardless if we're just like following or if we are in like a full on sprint, Tish would probably have no idea like what is going on. He's just following, same as Rin, right? So unless you would direct me to, try to help you capture him with the spell, I'd probably just follow along and be like, what are we doing? We're chasing this kenku around, but like why? So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I think my response, like as soon as I would notice, would be just like pointing him out to you guys and saying like, we got to catch this guy, and like I start bolting. So then I would leave it to your discretion on any way you want to assist with that.
I think Rin would like look at Tesh and be like, we've come this far, I guess, and sprint off.
Yeah, and I'll sprint off after y'all. How far is the kenku away from us?
The kenku is about 3 or 4 blocks.
3 or
Yeah,
4 blocks.
3 or 4 blocks ahead of you. So if you guys are just now coming out of the shop, kenku's up near Pearl Alley. Stopped at a stall on Shrimp Alley, eating skewer shrimp, and then is continuing along, blended into the crowd, and heading up Snail Street. And you guys are just entering Snail Street at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm full sprint after this guy.
As he notices that, he is going to run up and over onto the Street of Curtains. Street of Curtains being a bunch of linens and stuff like that. And he goes into a warehouse. You guys notice across the street at a dye works that there is a person keeping tabs on the warehouse where the kenku just went. Let's say that as he went in, he looked back behind him and was pretty sure he lost you guys.
I guess upon seeing him kind of go in, I would try to slow the pace, back up, see if try to not essentially make a scene of being exhausted after chasing after somebody, and kind of like stop up and like wait for Rin and Tess to catch up, and basically and observe.
Okay.
So on. I get you want to catch this kenku, but is there a reason why?
These goddamn birds, they're tied up in all this. It was a kenku the other day that led to that package I was telling you about, and I'm pretty sure these guys are part of Xanathar's guild, which I was hoping to get some more information from. But now that he's in the warehouse, I don't know. This could be a trap.
I mean, do you think he noticed us? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Are you out of breath?
I mean, slightly. We just ran like 3 blocks down the street chasing after a bird. I'm just let me catch my breath.
I mean, that was just a nice jog. I'll
Sure.
I'll
Yeah.
take out I'll take out my water skate and just hand it to you, like nonchalantly hand it to you.
I'm not thirsty. Just need to breathe for a second. So what's the plan? Are we going in or we just gonna?
Maybe.
Slow down. Why don't we take a look, around, see if there's another way to get in, maybe? It looks like from what we can tell, looks like someone's keeping watch already. Maybe can I see any like a way to get in, like maybe above or around the side, like like a way that wouldn't be super conspicuous?
Trying to get around the side to see if there's somewhere less conspicuous.
Like that or above? I guess I'm not sure what the warehouse like actually looks like.
Yeah. As you see, there is a yard out front with barred gates. And you see that across the way at a dye works, there is this gentleman looking across, and he is in the best vantage point on the second story of the dye works. On a, it's like those big tall stairs that go up to the second story, skipping the first.
And you said the dye work, is that like a store or is that a?
It's where they dye the linens from the shears
Gotcha.
curtains.
Got it. Just making sure.
So if I understand correctly, this guy looks like he's scoping out the warehouse, basically from the second floor.
Yeah, outside, like hidden in the shadow.
Well, it looks like we've already been beaten to the punch.
Interesting.
Friend of yours, Soren.
Not one of mine. Nope. But the
If you can breathe
Xanathar
test,
Guild
do you know
probably
him?
doesn't have many friends. Or he's a lookout.
Well, what say you? So I guess both of you. Should we go up there to get a better vantage point? Looks like that's probably the best way to see what's maybe going on inside the warehouse, or best way to get in. But we'll definitely have to interact with that bald man.
So,
I agree.
At
And
this
let's
point, you notice three people, Jordan. You notice three people discussing you from in the shadows across the way.
were they doing this quietly or sneakily at all, or were they just being normal about it?
I imagine probably being a little sneaky,
a little subtle, yeah. At
Yeah,
least
try
to
to be a
not
little
even be
subtle.
heard by the guy at the front of the warehouse.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm out of breath. I'm
Tesh,
not trying to be
close your
sneaky
mouth.
here. I'm just like, it's just a warehouse. Let's just follow in after him. I'm sure this gentleman over here will, is reasonable, right? We're not trying to do anything. I don't know what we're trying to do, honestly. Just, yeah, we try, yeah.
You keep more air in if you close your mouth.
Yeah, you aren't really saying anything good either. You're not suggesting anything important here. We're just speculating on going into a warehouse. Just go in the warehouse.
All right, then after you.
Haven will push off the wall, and you will see this 6'1" string bean of a human being kind of lean over down the rail and go, people are trying to sleep. What are you doing being so loud?
I look up at him and I kind of I do the hand signal kind of in thieves' cant, saying like, "Are you scoping this place?" kind of to see if he acknowledges the lingo.
And yeah, Haven is going to look at you like you have three heads. He has no clue what you're trying to talk to him about.
Okay, yeah. Soren lets out a deep sigh. Well, this just gets more confusing. Let's. I kind of look at Tess and Rin and say, "Let's go talk to him."
Oh, and Haven will start making his way down the stairs to meet these three. Kaido.
Rin will wave him down to imagine the side alley we're in.
Hello, gentlemen, who are not very quiet. Can I?
Greetings. What brings you to this warehouse?
Well, I guess the first thing I should do is tell you my name. My name is Haven. You may have heard of my father's bakery. It's called a Slice of Heaven. He is well known for his baking skills. Tell you, there's nothing like a 6'5" man baking a pie.
Have
And
I heard of this
his-
place? I feel like a bakery would pair well with a tea shop.
Yeah.
Ren just rubs his temple and where his horns are. And
Yeah, is there an address for that? Do you know?
So I would say it is probably somewhere up in the trade ward. Not so much castle ward because they're not super rich, but trade ward ish.
Okay. All right. So it's on the other side of the city, but you have heard of them. And your names are often spoken the same sentence, or the same paragraph anyway, talking about quality, and you guys have similar clientele.
And once you get a full look at Haven, he, like I said, he's 6'1", muscular but lean. When he walks, he's using a quarterstaff, almost like a walking stick, but you can tell that this quarterstaff is well used for practice and just drills, and it's got little pits of dents and everything into it, but it's well cared for but well used. He has a necklace hanging around his neck, and the emblem at the end of the necklace is two praying hands bound at the wrists by a red cord. And he gives off the air of kindness. He is a very soft-spoken, easygoing guy who has also a passive perception of 17, and he saw everything. What were you guys? My name is Haven. What were you guys chasing after?
Well met. I'm Sorn. This is Rin and Tess, and we're bird hunting.
Well, but yes, bird hunting. I think I recognize you. Your father's a pretty stout gentleman. Don't you guys run that bakery over in the trades world? I think my patrons at the shop that I run, I think they also frequent your shop quite a bit, and I think I've heard them talking about you all. How your sweets are pretty good.
Oh, what is the name of your shop?
Oh, my mother and I run the Copper Cup. We're up in the North Ward.
Okay, I've heard of that as well. I'm only into bakery every so often. Father gets a little irritated if we get in his way. Again, 6'5" gentleman, not a good idea to get irritated. Especially when his souffles and stuff fall. He's not very fun to be around. But he is. I've heard great things about your shop as well.
Thank you. It's not much, but it's what we've got. Sorry, I don't mean to digress. Yes, like someone mentioned, we saw Kenku go into this warehouse over here. The one that you were standing and watching over, I believe. Did you see him? Is he an employee of yours? Or I guess, what are you doing here specifically?
Oh, what am I doing here?
Yes, it's quite late, and
It's very late for bakers and tea boys.
are you some sort of monk? Ren will just say, like, leaning against the wall, ran away, kind of rudely.
I am a monk, but I am also a proud cleric. I practice and service of the deity named Ilmater.
As Rin, as Haven talks, Rin's gonna kind of looking him up and down, specifically looking at his wrists for either the Xanathar guild sign or the
Good
I'm
call.
gonna mispronounce it. The Zhentarim, is that, or Zhentarim, as I say it?
Zhentarim, yeah.
Does it have
Zhentarim.
either? Does it have any tattoos? Anything that would kind of be nefarious?
Haven does not have any nefarious tattoos.
All right, you'll see as Rin kind of like relaxes slightly against relaxes his lean against the wall. But and then continue to be like, yeah, to echo Tesh. It is late for a baker. What are you doing out here, or a cleric, or a monk, whatever you are?
Well, part of my duties is to ease suffering of others, and there's just been some reports of disruption and some chaos caused by Xanathar. And as part of my duties with the temple, it's not always to quelch things, but sometimes it's just to observe, watch, and report back. And sometimes when you're just a very kind, very nice guy, it is very easy to blend in.
So how does the warehouse have to do with that? Are you also following this kenku?
I was more looking for anything that gives a lead into a little bit of the chaos that's been happening.
I see. Rin kind of nods, a little skeptical.
It seems our priorities are aligned. We're looking at getting some more information as well.
Yes, Haven.
And-
How long have you been standing here? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh, 12 hours.
12. Oh, that's quite a long time. Other than the kenku, have you seen anyone go in and out of this warehouse here? I guess people who you wouldn't suspect as needing to go in this said warehouse.
Maybe some with the tattoos on their wrists or their arms.
Potentially more kenku, like an army of them, a flock or a murder of them, if you know what I mean.
We're gonna be like, I think murder is the right word. Yes, murder.
Look, you said you saw about 9 people go in. How many have come out?
No one has come out.
No one.
No one.
Oh shit. Okay.
Did I see anybody maybe being drugged in against their will?
You did
Or maybe-
indeed. Well, it seemed like that. Maybe they were a little drunk and they were being carried in, or supported in. But it did look like they were like kidnapped against them.
And so looking up at this warehouse or this home is, you said it was kind of like gated at the front with a bit of a courtyard before the entrance of the warehouse. Did I understand that correctly?
Yes. Yes.
Is it gated all the way around, or does it like share walls with the buildings that like next to it?
It's just the yard that's gated.
Well, seeing this, Rin will turn again to Haven and be like, Haven, since you were standing there for all day, essentially, did you see a better way in than just, the front? Is there maybe a side passage, side door, underground area?
Oh. But when it comes to challenges in life, you should always take them head on.
Is that literal or is
You're gonna want the ring of the ram, aren't you?
Head first, literally.
There's
Hey,
that.
Haven, I think that's great advice. And so on, and I may have been a little brash, but considering that 9 individuals have stumbled into this warehouse and none of them have left, if you guys give me about an hour and 10 minutes, I could potentially scout it out a bit, unless of course we're in more of a hurry. But I, for one, think that if they've walked in and no one has left, and it's been roughly half a day, I don't know if we run the risk of, losing any of them. What say you all?
Why do you need an hour?
Well,
It is
I
kind
have
of
a,
late.
I have a spell. However, it's going to take me a little while to prepare. But if we want to just go through the back door, I think that works too. It's just I'm not really familiar with this type of how should I put it? Never really done this before. So we're just gonna sneak into this building and they're gonna be there. Hey.
Well,
I
see, the point of sneaking into the building is for them to not know we're there, for us to know they're there. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. Did they not notice you standing out here for half a day either? Like they're not gonna recognize you or anything.
I am just your simple, innocent cleric. I am just here to ease the burdens of the people of this district.
And that's how real people talk. Reverend will just shake his head. Yeah. Actually, though, I am kind of on Tesh's side on this. He handled that hippo marvelously. I think we give the kid a shot. I'm always down to see more magic. What are you, Soren?
what kind of spell?
I could summon a familiar and maybe a bat. It's dark, right? And it'd be harder to see. And because the bats, they have the ability to use echolocation. I could obtain its senses and see through what it sees or feels and potentially scout out the area before going in, seeing what blind spots there are. If there are truly 9 people, if there, maybe there's more, or maybe there's less, maybe there's no one, right? Which would be pretty indicative of potentially a secret passage inside of the warehouse that they're merely just using as, I don't know, an entrance to some other location.
Soren looks at you with his wide-eyed, like, this is a great idea. I'm on board.
No,
I'm
I'm like I'm also on board.
Right.
It seems like a great idea.
I also like this idea, but may I also suggest that maybe we check out the back door, just make sure there's been no foot traffic?
So just so I understand, Nim, what I'm looking at here is this like this is the street that we're on, kind of. Is that correct? This is the street as it runs, kind of, and then like there's buildings on this side of the street essentially here, and then this is.
This is all one building here. And it's on, this is the alley between the two buildings.
Okay,
the
okay.
Dye Works is across the way, and then this street is, what would we call it?
Gotcha. Yep.
Yeah.
I hear. Looking at this, so like the building we're looking to get into, we see this here as like the front entrance, and this is an entrance to the same building or a different building?
Same building. It's all one.
To the same building. Okay.
Yeah. The map is, it's 2 stories, and there's a back door over here. On the upper level, there's these stairs, and then you can go into this entrance or this entrance, and then because it's a warehouse, this is the pull up the wagons, the loading dock essentially.
So I'm gonna suggest, to the group here, like let's just take a quick look around, around this building, see if we can get a better vantage point, maybe find a spot where we can quietly cast the spell.
Agreed.
Works for me.
So yeah, I want to move towards this, discreetly, quietly as possible, and get a better view from the upper level here.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check, please, as we're running around.
Would you like one from all of us or just him?
Let's just do one for now.
That's a 10.
All right. Your very first step, the step creaks, and you hear a "What was that?" from inside.
I plant myself against the wall to be out of line of sight. And kind of look over to these guys and hush and like hurry them over to come along this wall.
I will do as Soren instructs. And
Yep,
while
I
I
will too.
do, are there any windows that I can see from outside the gates? Any of them open, if there are, or are they kind of just like, abandoned warehousey where maybe someone has like painted over them, or they're intentionally preventing light from getting in or people from looking inside?
All windows have been boarded up from the inside, and it looks like
Got
it was
it.
done quite a while.
Haven, you'd mentioned that there was a back entrance. Are we going in the direction of it, or is it on the other side of the alleyway? Like, over here?
It was over here, right? Nim? Or are we going towards
Yes,
it?
on the north side.
Would it be a good idea if we split up, cover more ground, meet back here in, let's say, I don't know, 5 minutes?
Well, would you guys like me to try and handle the squeaking of the stair?
Sure.
Sure.
In what way?
In what way? Yeah.
I mean, I'm just an innocent cleric that was helping a cat. And the cat ran off, and I did not mean to cause any disturbances. Please go about your night and have a good night. Like I said, when you're just a sweet, innocent cleric, people tend to believe you.
I look at you and I nod approvingly.
Rim will look at
So-
Tesh and be like, Tesh, do you want to go check out the back entrance with me?
Who's there? Who's there? Who's there?
Haven will step out and go, step over the squeaky stair and go, I am so sorry. I was helping an injured animal, or at least trying to, and it's scampered off now. Please go about your night. I did not mean to bother you in any slightest form. I was just trying to provide some aid to an injured animal.
Dang it, Bobby!
Please
Get out of here!
I'm so sorry about the disturbance. You have a good night.
You have a good night too.
So he comes. Would I know that was a kenku I was talking to?
Yes.
He's gonna come back down all the way to Tesh and go. I believe you guys mentioned bird hunting. I think we have found one of your birds.
Dorothy, it's just a cat.
Indeed.
We need
That wasn't the same one we've been chasing after, though, right?
That was not the same one that you were chasing, as far as you guys could tell. Wearing a different color cloak, and having a slightly different shaped beak.
Yeah, maybe we use this opportunity to kind of keep going along this this northern wall and go back towards kind of what the goal was, to get a better view. I'm kind of looking at Rin as I'm sneaking by and beckoning him to come with me.
I'll join you.
As you get towards the
also,
corner,
yeah.
you hear growling. And you see two
Growling.
guard dogs chained up. Minus the saddle. But they're big buddies. Maybe not buddies.
Have they noticed us yet?
Yeah, they can smell you. And as you guys are walking up towards the north, they know that somebody's here that's not supposed to be.
Okay. Yeah, with that, I definitely back off and kind of, upon noticing them, and take a step back, put my hands out in kind of like a non-threatening way, and look to Rin and Tesh for for more
I'll do this.
guidance, because
I'll start doing the same. Be like, and whisper. Like, I'm not gonna whisper, but whisper. When we whisper, be like, I don't think we should go that way. Let's. I don't really tangle with dogs. You know, the horns and all that. They don't really tend to like it. Let's just slowly back away. Maybe we check out the back entrance.
I think the back entrance might be a good idea.
Hey,
Slowly, just kind of come down this way.
oh, what did you guys see?
There's some dogs up there. We shouldn't. Yeah, we shouldn't. We don't need to go that way. I mean, unless you can charm them. As you seem like I don't know. You seem really like I said, you're very very nice. Maybe are you good dogs too?
Oh, are you trying to tell me that you're not very friendly with animals?
It's more like they're not really friendly with me.
Tesh, are you friendly with animals?
No, I'm more of a cat person, to be honest. You know, they do the thing and usually leave them alone.
You know what's funny about cats is they say they're independent, but once you own a cat, you realize they're not independent. Have you ever noticed that, Tesh?
Very much so, yes. You give them a little bit of food and they always come back for more.
Codependent is what cats are.
Or manipulators, They try to be all cute and, look all sad. And, of course, they're just manipulating you because it works. But
Well-
no, not dogs. Not here.
While this is all thrilling conversation, Rin's gonna just start slowly making his way down towards the back entrance.
Well, if you guys would like me to try and calm the dogs, I certainly can. But I don't know if the excuse of nice cleric dude helping animals is going to go so far that way.
Yeah. Haven, if you don't mind me asking, I only ask because, I'm very upfront. I'm not really in the business of infiltration, but I think Son and Rin may be. No offense, not because of the way y'all look or anything. It's more of like,
Thanks.
yeah, you're welcome. Maybe
He's not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, Son here, he's quite, how should I put it? He's kind of an investigator, if you know what I mean.
I don't. Explain. Rin gives you this like sly, like he knows exactly what you're talking about. Smile.
Yeah. Well, Haven, you're in the business of forgiving, right? And listening to our problems. Being one who worships. You said Ilmater, correct? You're trying to help normal passerby.
Yes. My purpose on this earth is to help guide people through their life and help ease suffering.
Perfect. Well, me for one, I am suffering. It's been quite an evening, and not gonna lie, Son and Rin here are bits of comfort for me. I'm gonna put it plainly. There were some murders we're investigating. We might be, killed any moment, so it's quite disturbing. So this may be a lot to explain to you right now, but I'm just gonna follow Rin
dramatic.
and Son. Yes, I'm just gonna follow Rin.
Are any of them obviously injured at all?
I got a busted lip from a bar fight earlier, so I'm down 2 HP. I think that's the only scratches we took.
Soren almost died.
I'm immaculate.
Oh, not Sorn. Tesh almost died.
Yeah, it was very how should I put it? Traumatic.
But Tesh is fully healthy at the moment.
Not even a wrinkle on my clothes.
That's a lie. I wrinkled it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
And then I unwrinkled it.
Anti-prestidigitation. Prestidigitation.
Yeah.
I would eventually like to hear the story of this very long day for all of you. I do find it quite interesting.
Well, maybe we can tell you
Interesting is one way to
after.
describe it. Lucrative is another.
Rin will give Soren a look like, shut the hell up. Stop
Yo,
talking about that.
This back door. Lead the way.
Red will slowly make his way down this, like kind of like holding his body against the wall a little bit to kind of like make himself not seen and make his way down. Occasionally looking back to see if people are following.
Is there kind of like a dark part? Is there like any shadows from the building or anything?
It's all night, but as far as street lamps, yeah, it would be the south and east sides, and then the stairs up are on the east side, and then the door is on the north side.
Okay. I think that's our play here, right? We're gonna go look out. Gonna go investigate the building from the alley again, from the street.
Yeah, that's what Rin is kind of set on doing.
Kind of going across here and down.
I would keep pace with Sorn and be like, "Hey, Sorn, I know we're kind of just, probing right now. But what's our end goal, right? Like, if there are 9 in there, we know for right now there are at least 2 kenku. Are we trying to capture one? Are we trying to just have a formal conversation? Are we just going to peek in, get out? And the reason I ask is, as far as spells, I know I can cast some, but I'm almost tapped out, I'm not going to lie. So if I even tried to put one to sleep, sure, but then there's another 8. I'll look at everyone. Are we
Certainly, we don't want to run in head on and against 8 people. But I was hoping we could just have a conversation, hoping we would catch this kenku before he made it anywhere like this. So my goal would be take a peek in, see what's going on. This is get some more information and make a decision from there.
Wait, hold on. Haven, you mentioned that earlier when we were asking who had gone in the last 12 hours. You mentioned one person looked like they were not necessarily being dragged in, but they were kind of drunk. Did you get a good look at them? Do you know what they look like, perchance? And I'll look at Rin and be like, Rin, you want to show him that picture you drew? And see if that was one of the people. Floon was his name.
Rin will pull out his very worn black journal and flip to his decently drawn I guess picture of what he imagined what Floon looks like according to Volo.
All right.
Do you recognize
Very
this guy?
much. It does look like the person that you saw. As far as you could see them, it was dark and they weren't as very visible. But yeah, that's them.
As Rin kind of holds the book out to show you with like one hand, one clawed hand, he's like, "There's also another noble drunk apparently. This some Neverwinter fellow. I don't know." And Rin will say it like it's the most nonchalant thing in the world.
Why are you looking for this gentleman, or is this part of the very long, hard day?
The second one, yes, the long hard day. Thorn here is he's friends with the Watch, and they asked for a favor.
Oh,
and much like you, we are standing citizens sometimes.
Oh well, see, I'm an outstanding citizen all the time.
And that's why we need you.
But I Well, are we getting close to the spell being cast, Sertesh?
No, I kind of figured that we weren't going to go that route. I kind of need to stay in one place and concentrate for a bit. So, if we would like, I can do that, but it seems right now we are just scoping the place out. So I figured,
Well,
that's not something we are going to do.
So maybe we should.
out of
Do
game.
I
is
hear
Excuse
anybody?
me. Can I help you?
No,
I kind of like
can't.
put my hand out to
Oh, no.
to the team, and I got this one, and I look at the gentleman. Was this just the like commoner walking by, or what does he look like?
He looks like he's supposed to be here. At least he walks up like it. He says, these premises are closed.
And yeah, so I look at him and I kind of look annoyed that he's asking me. And I go, yeah, that's why we're not in your premises. Can a few friends not just have a game of dice in the alley? As I kind of like, turn to them and just like throw my arms up, like, what's wrong with this guy?
And we'll literally pull out a dice from a pocket. I have, and I'll like toss one at Tesh. Like, see, yeah, Tesh, this is how you do. You just you roll it as hard as you can, right against the wall here, and that's the best way to get to really really get that 6 to pop up.
And since we're talking about gambling and dice rolling, Haven is trying to duck behind Tesh to not stand out of a clergyman who would be very much so not a gambler or a dice player.
You're going to have to play your game somewhere else. Go.
Yeah, and maybe we use this opportunity to just kind of go the way he came from down that street, right?
Or is like I guess out of game, is he indicating we can't go? I'm not gonna do this direction.
He's
Sorry.
posturing that way.
I see.
Oh, I
So he's
see.
like,
Okay.
Yeah.
It,
Go. And basically, dog's one way, his the other. You gotta basically, he wants you to go over this way.
Haven would like to lean forward to Tesh and go, "Hey, can you ask the other two?" Kind of whisper to him, "Hey, can you guys cause a distraction for a second?"
are you sorry? Only Tesh.
Sure. What are you going to do? Like, it doesn't matter. I'll whisper behind Sorn. Hey, the monk-cleric, Haven, said make a distraction real quick. She's going to do something.
Okay, and Soren will pretend based on what he heard in the ear, what in his ear. He's like, "No, you can't roll twice for. Give me that." And I fumble a dice roll and like from Rin's hand. Like I grab the dice from him, and I kind of like fake drop one at this man's feet, at my feet, and I'm like kind of going after it, trying to play into it.
He backs up and says, pick up your dice and go.
Ren will
If
be
you
like, you don't
don't
want to join
go-
us?
No. I am a guard.
What about a high stakes game?
He pulls aside his coat, and you see he has a dagger on his hip. Not very impressive, but it's what he's got.
Do I have a line of sight on him from there?
Yes.
I would like to try to stealthily cast command on him.
Right.
Let's do it. Wisdom
Okay.
save. Wisdom save. I think.
Man.
Would be a Wisdom 15 or DC 15 save. With the word leave.
Fails.
The word leave is the command.
I'll see you later.
But my okay, like my dice said he just walks away.
Oh. we need to move, and we need to move now. That's only going to work for a very little bit of time. And when he comes back, he's not going to be happy.
Well, Soren, should we go into the main courtyard and I'll just ping it here, or do you want to follow him?
I'm kind of stuck thinking like I feel like our subtlety measures have not been working.
Agreed.
And so maybe we take this time to peek through the front door.
Haven will look at the group and remind you that at the beginning of this conversation, I did state that tackling life's problems head on was the way to go.
The monk
No comment.
has been more right than wrong today, that's for sure.
So that's out.
All right, let's do this. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, Ren will take I'm assuming one side of the door, Soren maybe on the other, and we'll sneak in if possible.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we're still trying to be as quiet as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna stealth, right?
Yeah,
Above
of course.
table. Who's got the worst stealth?
Probably Brian.
Plus
I'm
4.
assuming.
I will cast guidance on you before we stealth.
All right. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do a group stealth check.
Sweet. You're giving that to me? I'm not gonna say no to that.
Whoever has the worst stealth.
Oh, did mine not come over?
Tesh.
Yeah,
see,
that was Tesh, so-
15 and 12. There we go.
Hey.
There it goes.
Come on. Sorry,
So we have two
This may
12s
shock
and a
you.
15.
but the monk got the highest.
Ooh, nice. I see 19, so 24 for.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are stealthy. The gate easily opens. And you guys are here. There is the door here that the kenku came out of. There's the door here. And then this is the port door, essentially. Or the dock door, rather.
So, gents, real softly, try not to draw attention. But before we go any further, are any of you hand-to-hand combat people? Or are you all spellcasters? Or what are our abilities here?
I whip back my cloak and show a short sword and a dagger at my hips, and I kind of look at those and go, "These are my tools."
Okay, so I have another trick. If we want to set up an ambush, I think I can lure that kenku out, and we can maybe pick him off one at a time. Maybe we can knock him out before he gets a chance to signal to his friends.
Well, I thought we were just trying to speak with him. I don't know if knocking him out would loosen his tongue.
This might be a case, gents, of knock out and tie up and ask questions later.
For a
Under his
cleric and monk, you're quite violent. You know, has anyone ever told you that?
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Soren looks at you guys and smiles and goes, "He's just saying what I'm thinking."
Here's the thing. This chaos is causing average people to suffer. And whoever's causing it does not care. I cannot let that continue. I cannot let the little elderly lady down the street suffer from the chaos of whatever this place is causing.
Sure, I think your logic is sound. However, we don't know if the people in this building are doing anything. For all we know, they are just hanging out in a warehouse in the middle of the night, you know.
Tesh,
Yes.
Their guard just threatened your friend with a weapon on his hip.
Well, I mean, I think he was wondering if we were going to trespass on his property, which is, I think, is a fair, you know, asking us politely to leave. Somewhat firmly, of course, but, you know, if someone stumbled into the Copper Cup at the middle of the night and, you know, I'd ask them to leave as well until they didn't, and then, of course, things transpired in the way that I think you're thinking. I'm just saying, I think I agree with Rin here. But, of course, if things turn sideways,
Well,
I,
what we could do too is I could try to lure him out. We could attempt to grab him and hold him and have a conversation. But do any of us have any experience talking to Kenku or know what that's like?
I've had very limited experience, and it's a nightmare. I was hoping there'd be more than just Kenkus in here.
yeah, are there
Sorry, go.
more than just Kenku out of the 9 people? Or is it just Kenku?
You noticed that when you were coming in, most of them looked to be human.
I'm gonna go to the door and see if I can hear voices, see through keyhole, classic. See if I can get any insight from anything inside on the other side of the door.
Ren would like to do the
Mommy?
same, but on the opposite door here. Sorry.
All right. So someone hears, "Mommy, where are you? Mommy." And Ren hears the echo of that. And then continuing, Soren hears another voice say, "We will be arriving soon."
Ren will
So-
come back stealthily and guys go here and be like, Soren, was that a child?
It was, but and
Okay,
I kind of
that
hold
might-
my hand out and I say, "Well, Kenkus are known for imitating the last thing they heard."
Yes, if you recall from earlier, if you heard it, the Kenku's accent changed halfway through the conversation.
I'm not entirely convinced this is a child on the other side of the door.
If we want to have a discussion with the Kenku, I can attempt to lure him through the door. We could jump him, shut the door, and have a conversation with him. It just worst case scenario, he might screech, and all of a sudden it's gonna be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's what
Like
I'm
over
going-
the table. I think we did good with the one guy. I think we have an advantage of surprise right now if we bust in. Those are my thoughts. I think
like
we might
said,
have the
we
element
could-
of surprise, but if we bring them out, then we might lose that. I don't know.
Well, I was going to say, because we could just pick off this one. And then continue on surprising the others. That'd be one less that we know he's out.
I like both. I'm for storming in and luring one out. What about you guys?
Just remember, Haven said, you take on life's challenges head on.
Yeah.
Don't know if Ren would be okay just calling the dude out, the Kenku out and attacking it, or essentially that's kind of what it is. But he won't speak up right now. He's kind of studying everyone, just kind of surveying everything, looking between everyone, trying to figure out Ren wouldn't be very religious, so he doesn't know who Ilmater is. So he's kind of wondering oh, this is a weird cleric.
I could also knock on the door and just say I am from the Temple of Ilmater and see what kind of response I get. And I've not harmed anyone. I've not caused any trouble.
I think that kind of
So-
defies the purpose of having a guard out front, though,
And dogs.
and dogs.
I didn't bother the dogs, and I didn't bother the guard.
Is Ilmater some god of mercantile?
No,
I'm sorry if I have offended you. It's just
oh no,
Uh,
he is the god of suffering. He takes the people suffering onto his shoulders.
I see. That might just be a strange middle of the night. Hey, I came to your warehouse to take your suffering. Can you open the doors, please? That seems it's very I know
Oh.
I would not open my door for you if that was the case.
You wouldn't open your door for a cold, hungry cleric that got lost in the middle of the night? You wouldn't
Well-
provide him shelter?
These types of hideouts have protocols. If the doorman isn't the one calling on the people on the inside, we're giving ourselves away. Soren is kind of looking a little more visibly annoyed because I think he's starting to feel the stress of time dawning on them a little bit.
Can we just go in and see what fate has in store?
I draw my weapons, and
As rinsing Owens will kind of come over here and just like wait for you to open the door, assuming that's what's going to happen.
I look at Tesh. You ready?
Sure, let's do this. We're gonna try talking first, though, right? That's the plan. Or we... screw it. Son, I'll follow your lead.
Open the door.
All right, let's bust in. Weapons drawn.
All right. I will need you all to please roll initiative. Do that for you. All right. So
Okay.
you see this. I'm gonna pop it in the chat. It's an abandoned warehouse, of course. 4 kenku and 2 human men. All right. Doors open, and we see several kenku. This one here, ready for you. Goes out, shoots a crossbow bolt right at Sorn, and then moves back behind the crates.
So there was no surprise here. They saw us coming, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 16 against Sorn will hit.
Yep.
And you take 3 piercing.
All right.
All right. Then it is your turn. It was this one that attacked you. What would you like to do?
Okay. Well, then I will. So I would be out of line of sight if I moved here. So that's. Let me see here. So this here's a door. This here's the door. Where's the door exactly? Is this one big barn
that
door?
whole thing is one big door, and then there's one in the square next to it. So you're out of sight if you are here, or
I'm gonna move in and attack the first kenku I see after taking a bolt to the to the shoulder, I guess. And we're gonna go with the long sword and the short sword and the dagger hits with the vex. Now, if I understand, if I hit a creature with a short sword, I get advantage on the next attack, and then the nick
Yes.
lets me do it all as part of the one attack action. So this is the new 5.5 stuff that I haven't tried out yet, but I
pretty good.
will roll to attack
Nice.
with 19, so 24.
definitely hits.
And for
Alright.
8 piercing damage.
All right, 8, perfect. Badly wounded.
And then the dagger roll on the advantage
Nice.
for 3 damage because there's no modifier on that one.
All right, is this lethal or non-lethal?
Non-lethal.
Okay. Okay, so yes,
And
that's
then-
exactly it. And then knocked unconscious.
And then I guess I still have 15 points of movement. Is there and a bonus action here? Is there anything that I can hide behind, or any of these box from like the other kenkus in the room? Like these boxes here, are these tall enough to hide behind?
You would be able to hide from this one, but everybody else would be able to see you.
Okay. What I'll do then is I'll use my cunning action to dash, and I'll dash back out.
Okay.
So in / out.
Perfect. Alrighty, that is the end of Sorn. Then it's Kenku A. Is going to fire at Sorn. Ooh, that's a crit.
All right, let's go.
Alright.
Seeing that,
Ooh,
flick my
shit.
bead, and then I'll start doing like some hand movements, rub my nose a little bit, and then you'll see like a tiny little like spark, like it's really subtle, like a little bit of a spark just in the middle of the air to kind of like throw them off, and then I'll cast silvery barbs on that.
Ooh, okay. That makes it then a 17,
Oh,
Hits. Yep.
which still hits, but only for 3 instead of a bunch.
Oh, it sounds so disappointed in him.
That was great. Silvery barbs. What a spell.
Who gets the advantage?
Rin.
Shit. Okay.
Alright. And then it is Rin's turn.
All right. I'm assuming what I can see is actually so I didn't actually see who shot at Soren. And just so I understand, this right here is the doorway in, or is it over here?
They're both doorways. This whole thing is one large doorway and then a little
Gotcha.
regular doorway.
Gotcha. I'll move forward slightly into the doorway here. And this Kenku looks injured. How the bolt he shot at Soren, does it look like, would Rin think that was like I mean, not fatal, but would I guess how
They're
bad did that
shooting to
look?
kill. They're shooting to kill.
Certain to kill. Okay. You see like Rin would walk forward, seeing like this probably this crossbow bolt hit Soren. I don't know. So role play wise, probably in the shoulder, and blood kind of coming out of him. And even though Rin doesn't know Soren very well, his golden eyes will like kind of open pretty wide at the side of the blood, and slight like not grow brighter, but like slowly start to change color. They turn into more like a orange, almost amber, as Rin will kind of sprint forward here, hand extending out, and as he does so, he'll feel the weight of a now pseudo familiar longsword. And I'll post it in the chat. You guys see it like appear in his hand. This like very not rustic, but like not ornate at all, but like this very silver and like iron blade that looks like it has no ornaments on it at all. Just slight like very like red hints that hit like certain etchings upon the pommel and the hilts as it appears in his hand, and he'll swing at the kenku, maybe not to kill, but definitely to injure, like to like you see like and he'll like kind of like yell out in anger.
Alright, that one
And
is
I will,
unconscious, but this one is within
Yeah, that
range.
one's
Oh.
unconscious.
Oh, my fault. I thought I saw wounded. My fault. I will actually on the 5-10.
It's supposed
Let me
to
go
come
back there
off
real
when I
quick.
put the new one on.
My fault. I didn't know that he was unconscious.
Haven's
My
wearing
fault.
out on you. You're trying to make him suffer, even though he's unconscious. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going for it now. I'll do it to this one. I apologize. And I will roll to hit.
Alright, a 16 certainly hits. They are wearing just plain leather armor beneath their clothing.
Okay, I'll bring it down with a 2-handed slash.
Wow.
Alright, max damage. Alright, that one rolled really high, but hurts it badly as you hear kill your head. That one becomes bloodied.
Awesome. And that was all my movement. And yeah, the end of my turn, and anyone who can who is standing in the doorway sees Rin's tail kind of swishing back and forth. His one hand out as he kind of like almost like not snarls, but like is like almost like hissing at the kenku he slashed at.
Everett is going to come over here and flank Rin as he calls out to the kenku, distract him. And he is going to attack with his mace. A 22 will hit for 3 bludgeoning.
Okay.
On Rin. And then a second tap from Thug will miss. Just barely miss. You're able to dodge out of the way. Okay. That is him. The Kenku D is unconscious, loses its turn. Croissant is going to run. And then, nope. So that'll be 15, 40, 50, 60. Running upstairs, you see. All right, then Kenku B is going to attack Ren also with advantage, flanked. With an 18 will hit Ren for 4 piercing.
Okay.
All right, so a couple of blows against Ren, and then Croissant runs away, bringing us then to Tesh. What would you like to do?
I would. Hold on, let me click my token. We do this. I will target Kenku B. Flick my beads, and every time I do flick my beads, it kind of sounds like a tuning fork, where a subtle like chime. The beads will flash, settle on the color blue. My eyes will flash a little bit, and I'll fire off a ray of frost at it. 16.
16 will hit.
And roll for damage. 7 cold damage.
Okay, and that is on B. 7 cold is enough to knock it out.
Sweet. And I'm going to stay right there and then end my go.
Okay. Brings us to Haven. Out in the yard. 2 Kenku are already down. You saw one of the humans run. What else would you like to, or what would you like to do?
Well, if they're going to flank, it's only going to be fair if I flank Everett with Rin.
Perfect. Conga line. Happens every once in a while.
I mean, that seems only fair. And then I am going to hit him with my quarterstaff, or at least attempt to. 13 to hit Everett.
Yes, again, only wearing leather armor.
So
Hey.
then I will. That quarterstaff strike was two-handed for a max damage of 11.
Very nice.
Very nice.
All right, what does that look like?
You just kind of see Haven. It just kind of slowly walks up to him. His holy emblem's kind of jingling as he walks, just kind of casually, and he goes, "You have caused people to suffer." And he wheels back with the quarterstaff and just cracks him across the back of the head with it.
All right, yeah, he rolled really low on health points. That's okay.
So did he go down then, or is
He did with 1 hit.
Oh, perfect. Let's see here. That was 15. I could keep going. You know what? I think I will. I will step on him. Step in by Ren, and then I'll move right there to give another option for them to aim at. Actually, I'm gonna stop where Ren is for a second. Look at Soren, and he'll look at Soren and go, Ilmater forgives, and I will cast a healing word
Nice.
at Thorin, and
All
that will
right.
be 2. If it ever rolls.
Thought we were going to be spending all our campaign gold on healing potions. We got a cleric. Yeah.
Let's go.
7 points of healing from my little healing word.
Beauty. That almost tops me up. One HP short.
And then he just kind of looks at the Kenku, or kind of looks at Kenku and goes, "There's no need to suffer. Just surrender." And that will be the end of his turn.
Oh, damn.
This guy doesn't fuck around.
Hey. Kenku C, seeing that, is going to dash out into the street and yell, "Attack! Attack! Attack!" Soren, seeing him run by and out into the street, it is 10:30, so people are still out. What would you like to do?
Let's see here. I don't have a line of sight on the guys inside the building, and I'm guessing he's talking about the dogs. I'm gonna step in front of the doorway here again, use 10 of my movement. Yeah, I'm gonna actually just seeing that basically. So yeah, I'm leaning against the wall, kind of hiding after taking 2 crossbow bolts. But then as I take a deep breath, I see that like the bolts just kind of fall out of me as I heal. And as I turn the corner to look and see already 3 of these guys unconscious, I just turn my attention to Kenku C and go for an attack. So this is my short sword attack. 19.
Definitely hits. Goes right through their puny leather armor.
That's 9 piercing damage, max damage.
Okay.
And then the dagger with advantage
Nice.
for
Yes.
25 with 5 piercing damage.
All right. You have advantage, so you can take sneak attack.
Oh, that's right. So then the sneak attack is another 3. So 8 plus the 8 plus 9.
All right. Badly, badly hurt.
And then I guess with, I mean, I don't know if opening and closing doors is free act, like in this case with these size doors, but like, is there any way that I can kind of like press my back to keep the doors shut?
It is very open, and it would take a full action to do that.
It would take a full action. Okay. So then that is, that's that. And then I guess as a bonus action with cunning, I will, I'm going to dash. I'm going to take the dash and I'm going to go 25, 30 inside.
Okay. All right. A is going to attack Haven. 21 to hit for 4.
Ooh, ow.
And then stays there. All right, so it's this one is alive. This one out here is badly, badly hurt. What would you like to do, Rin?
Rin's still probably very upset that they shot at Soren. Trying to kill will come over here to flank Kenku A. And I think he'll just take another swing with his fiendish blade at it.
Unfortunately, an
11.
will miss. Oh, it's flanked though, so go ahead and roll with advantage.
Oh yeah, I'll roll again. Oh, even worse. And yeah, I think it was the BS go. He'll stay there, so Haven will get flanking bonus hopefully. And then I click end.
All right, Croissant continues running upstairs. 5, 10, dash. Kenku B is now unconscious. Tesh. C is here, badly
right.
hurt. And A is here, a little hurt. Not hurt at all.
Okay, I will target Kenku C, tried and true, cast Ray of Frost.
Here we go.
Same thing, flickers.
Ooh. Dead.
Dead. Okay. Did that crit?
That
You
did
crit,
go,
right?
yeah.
That's
Okay.
a crit.
Yeah, that's a crit. Yeah.
Maximum damage. So that would be if it's Ray of Frost is normally
8.
10, 8, so it'd be 8, which is higher than 4. And then if you roll with the regular rolls and it's higher than what the critical card says, then we take whatever's higher.
Gotcha. So 8 cold damage then.
Killed him to
But
death.
it's
Those Ray of Frost crits, man. Love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
well, he's dead in the street. I panic. And I'll run inside the building. Son! I killed him! I killed the bud! Man. And I'll end it right there.
Ooh, murder stuff. All right, Haven.
I am going to go ahead and he's going to look at Kenku A and go, "That was naughty. You should never hit a priest." And go to crack him with the quarterstaff for 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Smack bonk on the head, and he is badly hurt.
And then Hayden, in the same motion as he kind of spins back around, will turn back the other way and backhand him across the face with an unarmed strike for 5 more points of damage.
That knocks him out.
He kind of set red and goes, I told him to surrender. I don't know why he did not listen. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I will make towards where our lovely friend, the bodyguard, disappeared to.
All right, you notice over in this direction there are a bunch of bodies piled up behind the crates. All humans. Some of them seem to be Xanathar's guild. Some of them seem to be Zhentarim. Okay, in that case, we are on round 3. Sorn.
So if I understand correctly, there is a set of stairs going up, and at the top of the stairs, there's a door.
No, there is a door on the lower level here. It looks like the
Okay.
understairs closet.
Gotcha.
A
And
little
this, okay,
11-year-old
and
English boy.
the guard ran into that door or up those stairs?
He ran up the stairs.
Up the stairs. Okay. I'm going to give chase, so I'm going to go 30. And dash to continue making it up the stairs here.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15.
I got 15 more after this.
All right. And you see
Okay.
that there is a door open this way. That crate light thing is blocking it, but you'd be able to see it.
Gotcha. And for my action, I'm gonna hold my dagger and ready if anything comes around the corner.
Kenku loses a turn. All right. Rin. Yeah, it's the 4 of you and Croissant.
And all the Kenkus we currently we're fighting are all unconscious currently, correct?
Yep. Especially the one
Okay.
out front.
Then especially that one. Ren hasn't seen that yet. I will his eyes still like a pretty piercing, like orangish red. Will with his fangs out, will sprint around here. I think I can get to here. You said I see a bunch of bodies.
Yes, over here, about a dozen humans. Rapiers and daggers lying nearby.
And at a quick glance, do these look like recent killings? Or
yeah,
like
blood's
they
still wet. You can still smell the iron when you get close. Absolutely fresh.
Then Ren will wrinkle his nose and be like, We can't let this bastard get away, Haven. And I will dash. So 5, 10, 15, 25. I can probably get to here, I'm assuming. As I
30,
dash up the stairs. One more down.
30's
Less?
there, yeah.
Oh, there.
And then
Okay,
35. Oh, no, 35 is
Oh, well.
there.
Perfect. Cool. And that'll be all my movement I can do. And yeah, I will end there.
All right. So Croissant, you see that this door here is left open.
Croissant's you.
Yeah. Closes the door. You hear it close. And then he uses
okay, I
his
see.
action to lock it.
Okay.
All right. So Tesh, most everyone is running upstairs. But you just killed
Okay.
somebody. Frozen turkey?
Yeah. You know those like movie moments where you're just so in shock, like you kind of hear like that deaf ringing sound in your ear, right? Like,
Tinnitus, yeah.
yeah,
Tinnitus.
I think that's the reaction Tesh is going through. He's like hyperventilating. He's seeing these bodies on the ground, knowing that they're not dead. However, he can't help but think that they're dead because he's killed one of them. He's like, okay. He'll look at his hands. Even though he hasn't like gotten anything on him since he's been like away from everything, he'll just instinctively just like flick his bead and start like frantically casting like prestidigitation on his hands, like trying to like get it off, you know? And then he'll just slowly start like walking, trying to follow the rest of them. I think that was 30 there. And that's my go.
Okay. Haven. Tesh is catching up. Everyone else is upstairs. What would you like to do?
I have a question about the kenku that got killed.
Okay.
Can Spare the Dying save it, or is it just gone?
Spare the Dying can save it. Yeah.
He's kind of here and he's watching Tesh kind of go through this a little bit of a mental stress, and he acts like he's going to move forward a step, but instincts of his training has him turning around and rushing to Tesh, and he's just going to embrace him real fast, and he'll just go, "Do not worry. You didn't do anything that can't be undone." And then I will take a dash action and move out here.
Alrighty. We are at round 4. What would Sorn like to do?
Okay. I'm going to move around the corner. And I guess I'm aware that I heard him lock the door, right?
Yes.
Like you said. Yeah. I will I'll kind of be around the corner and pull out my my thieving tools and see if I can get him in there and do it quickly under pressure and see if I can sleight of hand that open. As I see, Rin coming up behind me, I'm feeling confident and I'm kind of like looking at him like, okay, you ready? We're gonna get this open and go for try and unlock the door.
Okay, go ahead and make a dexterity thieves tools check, and if you're proficient in both thieves tools and sleight of hand, you'll have advantage.
Not with thieves tools, no, but just sleight of hand. But sleight of hand,
Okay.
yeah, I have proficiency.
Then go ahead and make a sleight of hand check to knock the lock loose.
Oh, natural 20.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's go.
All right. You're able to maneuver the doorknob so that it bypasses the lock. And the door
And then
unlocks.
and then with my bonus action, I'm gonna kind of stealthily go to the other side of the door and take the hide action.
Nice.
The bonus action.
All right, go ahead, stealth. It's in a flat 15 now.
24.
Perfect. All right, Rin. You see Sorn run up. You hear him unlock the door, and then he goes over to the side. And I imagine you guys have eye contact. What would you care to do?
I think in this moment, after seeing all the bodies, Rin would be hearing that probably over and over again. That's like the voice in his head that earlier, a few seconds ago, just it kept saying kill, kill, and he's going to continue his approach. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I guess I will dash and I will go inside. So that's 35. Boom.
All right.
And as I essentially Ren Moon, he wouldn't just open the door, he would slam it open. And this, I guess this is the same guard we saw earlier.
Yes.
And I'll point my rugged not sharpened, but very primal looking blade at him and be like, "What did you do? What are those bodies below?" And I'll take a step towards him, blade still raised and pointed straight at him. And I think that'll be my go because I cannot do anything else.
All right. This rat right here gonna move away and run under the door. Rasan takes out a flute and begins playing. All right, so the rat goes to bite Rin,
Nice.
and it in fact misses. Controlled by Krasan. What would Tesh like to do now that you've been quickly comforted by the new monk added to our group?
With Haven's good intentions, right? I think Tesh would still be hearing that ringing in his ear, so he kind of hears a little bit of mumbling. But I think he would see Haven's facial expressions of he has kind eyes. I imagine he has a slight smile as he turns away and walks out, and I just whisper after him, be like, "Hey, Haven, he's dead. He's dead. Where you going? And I would just honestly stand there and watch him and just trying to call him back. And I would end my turn there. Just watching.
Okay, 2 more rats are going to come out and attack. This one goes to attack Rin for 1 piercing. Bites you. This one, now that you're surrounded by rats, will have advantage. They're swarming you. That will miss, though. You're able to kick it away. All right, Haven, this kenku is freezing to death. What would you like to do?
Haven will move right here. And he's just kind of taking in this creature that was accidentally killed. And he's going to drop to a knee and place a hand on its chest. And just go, "Sorry, little one, your time is not now." And I will cast Spare the Dying on it to stop it from bleeding out.
Oh, Ferris Bueller, you're my hero.
Thankfully, it will stay unconscious. And then he stands up and he kind of looks back at Tesh and goes, he just kind of gives him a smile and a thumbs up. And then he points towards north, and then he's going to take off 10 feet this way. And that will be his turn.
Okay, very good. Kenku C is unconscious. but stable. Okay. Back upstairs, the camera goes to Sorn, hiding outside of the room where Rin is being attacked by rats while Kassan plays the rat flute. What would you like to do?
I will move into the same square as this rat here. However we want to present that. And I'll do an attack on Krasan. Short sword attack, 19 and 18, so 24 and 23 to hit.
Definitely.
And with sneak attack, that's 10 damage.
Okay.
And with the dagger, on a normal roll, is 10 to hit.
10 will miss.
I'll bonus to disengage and reposition myself behind
Okay.
him.
That'll be flanking then. All right, so Ren, now that Sorn has moved around, positioned himself, Krasan's looking behind him, looking forward, looking behind, playing the flute. He's sweating. What would you like to do?
Again, still seeing red and like hearing that like maybe not the same word, but there's that like deep like almost like guttural otherworldly voice in the back of his head. Rin like kind of like staring at yeah, Krasan, either Rin doesn't know who that is. He will take the blade out and nick his finger with it, and then run a tiny bit of blood across the blade. And Soren, as you see, if you're watching, kind of see his gaze, like Rin's gaze is like off like far, like he's almost not all there, and Rin's like very very fang teeth will like come to a snarl, and you hear enough, and his voice almost have like a ethereal echo to it as he takes the blade and he slams it, the point of it, into the wooden floor, and it kind of almost dissipates. And I will cast Bane on up to 3 creatures, so Krasan and 2 of the rats. Okay, I imagine the Bane, like, then as the sword kind of almost like dissipates and like almost dissolves into this like reddish like vapor almost. You see it kind of wrap around the rats and Croissant that fails, and it almost kind of like looks like ethereal like red like chains almost. But that was my action, so I believe that is I don't have extra attack, so that'll be all I can do.
Okay. All right. This rat comes out and will attack Sorn. Definitely missing. Can't get through the leather of your boots. This one here, swarming you with an 18, will get you. All right. Croissant is going to see that he has all the rats on his side and is going to try to smack you with his mace. Bane each time will miss. All right, then we have Tesh as the rats continue to miss.
Uh,
These guys out here are
Witnessing.
obnoxious.
Yeah, witnessing that, right? Seeing Haven just nonchalantly do his thing and, walk out of the way with a smile. I kind of like snap out of it. Seeing as I don't see Rin or Soren, I think it would prompt me to, chase after them after however many rounds I was out of it for. And I think I can make it to the top of these stairs if I dash. So I will do that right here.
Okay.
Unless I'm on the other floor now. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll play you up top.
And do I see anything up here just yet or not quite?
I'd say that you wouldn't be able to see around the corner, except the light coming from that room. And then the shadows of all the figures moving away.
Okay. I will end my go there. Can't do anything else.
All right, pair of rats. Both of them attacking Ren with advantage. First one is a crit for 2 piercing. Why, thank you. Why, thank you. Thank you so much, he says in the voice of of a northern gentleman.
I kind of feel the need to try some monk crap. So when we were going up the stairs earlier, do I get a sense that would connect to the upstairs?
These stairs go upstairs. These ones do not.
Okay.
They go
So I will
all
not.
the way up and around. And then up, you can enter from the backside on the top.
Yeah. You know what? The direct path is always the best path. And 5, 10, 15, 20. I will pop that door open, step there for 25, 30. Dash for 15.
Jumping over the
Dash.
fence.
And he reaches the top of the stairs. And that's where he'll end his turn.
All right, very good. Round 5. All right, this thing's been going for about 30 seconds. You hear behind this door, you hear someone on the street go, "What in the world is going on in there, Jane?" And Sorn, you're right next to the door. You hear that. People are beginning to take notice of the ruckus. What would you like to do?
Is there a lock on the door?
The lock is on this side, but it is currently locked.
Gotcha. I will I'll continue the attack on Krisan.
All right, yeah, he's not quite bloodied, but he's close. Ooh, that'll hit.
That's
Alright,
11
yeah.
damage.
Sneak. Another hit like that, he might go down.
And then here comes the dagger roll for 12.
12 hits. For 5.
It is just just 2 damage.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because there's no dex modifier on that one.
Right. Okay. In
So
that
total
case,
of
he's still up
13 that
around 1/3, 1/4. Somewhere in there. Right.
And does the door
go
open
ahead.
towards me, or does the door open like towards the outside?
It would open in toward you.
Towards me, okay. I mean, I would press my back on the door, but I don't know if that would be considered an action or not. But I'm not moving, and I'm just kind of attacking him and then leaning back on the door.
Okay. Block the door, you're good. Alrighty, Rin. 1 or 2 hits might take this guy out. Should take him out. What would you like to do?
Ren will roleplay wise reform, like extend his hand out, reform his very, very primal, rugged jagged blade, and he will swing down at Croissant with advantage. And yeah,
Woohoo!
max damage.
Big damage.
Hey,
All right. What does it look like as you knock him out and the rats lose interest?
What it looked like, I think you'd see Rin's hand reach back up as, like, again, the mist and almost like sparks of flame, like a kind of like coalesce into the palm of his hand, and you see his shoulder kind of like sag as the weight kind of as the sword like rests into his palm as he swings down, and you see a brief moment where Soren, I guess you could see like that there was probably a brief moment where Rin's gaze drifted towards the neck. And the last second, he decides to turn the blade flat and just bring it down across essentially the top of the head and the face of this guard, and just give him the large bruise but it kind of gives you a pause. Like maybe there's a moment where Rin maybe decide, wasn't going to not do it non-lethal.
All right. Let's go ahead and
No,
take
there-
our
there-
break. Then we'll wake some people up and then have a conversation.